Hey, what's up? Let's talk about the song Stone. By now, most of you have already heard it, and we're so thankful that a lot of people have been loving it. So that's really cool. A lot of people like the video. We did that at a You Pick, You Pay here in Denver. That's really close to my home. That many of you know me from the band In the Whale, and so like fixing the In the Whale van, I would go to this place quite a bit. So I just kind of like always in the back of my head kind of fantasized about doing a video in a scrapyard, and thankfully it worked out great. But we're talking about the song Stone and when it was written. So this new record we have coming out on November 1st, the song Stone was kind of like one of the last songs written. And the reason was it was kind of like when I make music or when I'm creating things, I just kind of like get crazy and just start creating and then don't realize and like step back and listen to what the whole picture is. And Stone was a realization that like, oh, you have a lot of like songs that are emotional and nothing that's like really upbeat. So I really tried to write something, but also keep the same like lyrical tone, self-deprecating, talking about, death and macabre things. So I wrote the song Stone, kind of the riff. I was like, man, no problem. In the Whale's been doing riffs for forever, so it was kind of second nature. And wrote the song, and then I kind of like, well, this song is so upbeat and kind of like a statement. So I was like, well, it'll be the first song on the album, so it needs to be like, well, where am I coming from? Like who am I and what all this stuff. So I was born in 1986. I was like kind of in the wreckage of what was going on at the time, and Baptized in the Mud was the second lyric, and I was like, well, for anybody that knows the Arkansas Valley in Colorado, the La Junta and is where I was born, and Los Animas is where I grew up. It's not like the super pretty part of Colorado, but you have to look for it, and I think it's really kind of a beautiful prairie area. And the Arkansas River is what I was talking about. It's like it was super muddy, and that's kind of like I needed to write a song to like establish where I'm from, and kind of like my juxtaposition to the world and what you're going to be hearing on this album. Um, I tried to bury my past in the bottom of a glass, and a lot of these lyrics come from years and years of touring and just kind of like just trying to forget who you were and then end up just loving everything about where you came from and who you are. It's kind of just like almost like a therapy session is what the lyrics for this were. Um, I swore I changed, but all I know is lies. I mean, that's, back to the point, like that self-deprecation. There's parts of me, and my wife will even say this, like, I just get in funks and get kind of in my own way. So once again, establishing who I am and kind of what the band's about. So let's see. Also, like when the bottom's empty and there ain't nowhere to go, I get my shovel and start digging a hole. It's kind of like when people told me that, and because everything's real personal. Like In the Whale won't do well, and my past band won't do well. I was like, well, I'll prove you wrong, and just kind of like die on that hill. Was kind of like the meaning behind those lyrics. And even now, it's like the tenacity that I've always had toward creating music or making things. It's not just mine. It's meant for everybody else, and it's supposed to be inspiring in a way that I would hope that people would like. Yeah, that you say I'm at the bottom, but that I can go deeper. Kind of a both self-deprecating, but also like the tenacity. Um, the chorus is, the heaven knows I've got a head full of stones. I've been raised to fail all along. When the bottom's empty, there ain't nowhere to go. So I get my shovel and start digging a hole. Once again, kind of back to the point where it's like, I can't help but to feel throughout my entire life that maybe I've been the last person to get the joke. And that's where the line, heaven knows I got a head full of stones. I'm always just kind of like slow to really grasp certain things, and maybe just kind of like that idea of being a late bloomer and always all shapes and sizes. So just paying homage to like how I feel about how I deal with things. Like the reason I started writing music in the first place is I was so slow to understand my emotions that I needed to write it down and kind of emote what write it down to understand what I'm feeling. So that part of the course is talking about that. The third and last verse is, oh, I hear those hounds, they're howling out for me. I feel death's cold, cold hand tightening. That's in regards to after, 15 years of touring and then finally being like, flying faster than the devil can fly. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh man, we're not touring, or I'm not in this heavy touring band anymore. And it's just kind of like the realization that the inevitable, of death is kind of like breathing down my neck. I'm almost 40, and I have a son and a life now outside of music that's just like crazy, that I never thought that would have happened. And then, the last thing you ever expect is it just hits you in the face. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, but it's just also a reality check. The last part of the verse is, if I had something worth the keep, I sold it way too cheap. And, back to the point of, touring, how many times we got, I should have asked for more. I should have done better for us, or just kind of like reestablishing a lot of how my life was and how things are now. And, it's not bad things. It's just things that, like, you look back kind of jokingly and think about in like a fond way. So, yeah, that's what those words are about. So, thank you, everybody. Just wanted to do a quick little video. I say quick, but it's already 8 minutes. Oh my God. Thank you, everybody, for liking the band. Please, if you like it, please share it with your friends. And hopefully we'll see you out in the show sometime. Thanks.